Kickstarter Critique, where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And unfortunately, I scheduled this one for 10:15 a.m. My bad. If you were here early, I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened, but we're here. It's 1:32, and we're checking out, I believe it was the 17th most popular. It was like, yeah, 17th most popular project on Kickstarter games. I use that term very loosely because there is a lot of... it's a very interesting time on Kickstarter. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm always excited when I can actually find a board game. So Inteliwar, Accession To The Throne, looks in fact like a board game. Looks like it copied Chip Theory's homework, but didn't want to zoom in on anything in particular. Fight for the Silver Throne, draft your army, upgrade units, and roll the dice in this abstract strategy game. So, abstract strategy game with that much text in the cards. Okay, that looks... I'm surprised. I definitely feel like the main image could be better, though. It just looks like a lot of other games. Like... This looks like this could have been AI generated and just polished and polished and polished. It's like, yeah, that's the one I want. I'm not insinuating that's what this is, but like, if it was, you'd be like, yeah, that seems about right. It just, I don't know what it is to be on the main image, but we'll see it as we go through there. A box would probably be nice. Yeah, box would be good. As always, the video, the player count, the time length, the age would also be nice. The price would be spectacular. Yeah, there's actually a lot of things they could have put on there that are actually pretty easy to let you know inside of just funded. But as always, the video, do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Convince people of that. Get their money. Let's see how they chose to do that. Let's go. Good start. Okay.
The battle for the Silver Throne starts. Draft your units and fight your way to the victory. Activate 2 units, attack, upgrade the dice and explore. Every game is unique. Back now on Kickstarter.
Huh. I want to play the game. I mean, it looks like a fun abstract strategy game. I really do. I want to see a how to play video, gameplay video, all that shebang. How to play isn't necessary, but a gameplay video for sure. Rule booklet. But you've wet my whistle. $28,000. It's happening. 474 people. Good for them. Remarkable Games first created zero-backed, a game developer based in Cyprus, the U.S., and all over the globe. I don't know where Cyprus is, but whatever. The U.S. and all over the globe. That's such a weird way to phrase it. We love knights and potions. Check out our strategy tabletop game, Intelliwar, Accession To The Throne. Where's this? Okay, so can you do it? Not sure. First-time creators. Hopefully we see some green flags. Thank you for putting your profile on private. That's not a green flag. All right. So can you do it? Definitely a hanging chat here. Ages 14 plus, 30 to 50 minutes, 2 players. All right, that's good stuff. All 11, and that's honestly a great time period for a next step up abstract strategy game, right? They didn't try and shoehorn 3 and 4 players in, because if you get 3 and 4 players in abstract strategy games, I think that is the genre of game that I believe suffers the most going from 2 players to more. There's so much control you have, I feel like, in an abstract strategy game. So $40 and the early access to the expansion. So you get the expansion early, or my early access to back it. Premium quality. Will you prove your right to... So $40 is a great price, by the way. I feel like it's much more valuable than letting me know you're funded than a lot of other things. The playmat, cool. Yeah, $40, not bad at all. So here we go. Wow, full playthrough.
My wise.
Brothers Mirth. Good deal. Excellent way to start. Intelliwar is a ton of tactical strategy to game that's easy to understand, and the various units to choose from make the game different every time you play. Okay? There's a ton of that's easy to understand, and the various units... Has a ton of tactical strategy to game that's easy to understand, and the various units to choose from make the game different every time you play. I will say that has no opinions in it. Like, and that's not here nor there. It's just something that I always look at as a reviewer who sometimes has to give quotes for games, and I'm like, oh man, what's the quote on this one? And when you don't want to give a glowing quote to a game that you're covering for Kickstarter purposes, a lot of times you'll focus on the things that are indisputable and unarguable, such as a ton of tactical strategy in a game that's easy to understand. So I'm guessing a really simple rule set. Now that one, I guess, is kind of an opinion there, but that's a good spot to mention. That it's easy to understand the game, and that's honestly one of the biggest things I always would mention for a game I didn't like was, yeah, at least it was easy to learn this pile. And not saying that's what they're thinking, but it's always in the back of my head when I see a quote that doesn't wow me. And it's the leading quote. The various uses to choose from make the game different every time. That's cool. Asymmetric, you already mentioned that. But whatever. Whole world things, like see a rule booklet. Take chess to the next level. Has customization, different paths of strategy, is set up perfectly for future expansions. Really enjoyed this and all of its possibilities. Now that TikTok board games, I'm gonna guess that's a creator. Either way, I feel like that's a much better quote. Like that one, okay, that gets me excited. Draft and deploy 6 units each. Activate 2 units each turn. 2 actions for each. Cool. Upgrade your units and hit harder. Neato. Oh, here we go. How to play. Booyah.
Come on.
Makes us feel like a genius mastermind until opponents' archers destroy my troops. Very tense every turn. Okay. Ooh, Tabletopia, Tabletop Simulator. Good stuff. Good stuff. Is that the one I have? No, that's the Steam one. Tabletopia. I don't do that one. All right. Read rule booklet. Great. This all looks great. Everything you need to make an informed decision is here. So the can you do it? I'm feeling good. Like this clearly reeks of a company that put their research in advance of what they needed to do and what was expected, the industry standard for running a Kickstarter. So very well done on all that. Kudos. Game objective. Looks good. Show me that back page. Show me that useful back page. How to play. Ooh. Game and player setup. 4-player mode. Game end. Okay. So functional use. Okay. 8 pages. Not bad. Core set. Pledge $40. What's in the box? 18 black core unit. Black core. Wow. Unit cards. 6 clashes. 3 units each. Go with the black core. Feels incredibly unnecessary. And I get they're going for like deluxe, but it's like that card. I don't know. I feel like that's whatever. $40 is not a bad price, so I'm not going to nitpick it. 15 acrylic dice with engravings. Cool. Then what's the expansion? Where's the big one? Kickstarter exclusive units. Oh, the Prince Healer. Oh, that's hot. Angel of Steel. Southwood Berserker. All right, you got my 40. Now we're jumping $20. That's not a bad jump. Not a bad jump at all. What do I need for the extra 20? Flag and Arrow expansion. 6 unit cards. 6 unit tokens. Probably, man, that is a hefty price. That is okay, so it's not just that. I was going to say, if it's $20 for what is essentially going to probably come in like a package, like a card package, right? Because this is just 6 cards and then 6 unit tokens, which are actually, they do this all the time, is they'll have like the little flat, like they'll have really small pop-out tokens inside of these things. And so, yeah, that was $20. That was not a great price jump. But we're also getting 2-sided neoprene playmat, another artwork on the backside. Okay. I mean, it makes the $20 price better, but it's not something that I want or need. Kickstarter exclusive poster. Icky. Icky. I hate the fact that you lumped in something that I absolutely want 1,000% with 2 things that I do not want in any way, shape, or form. Well, this one I do more, you know. This one, especially if it helps make it 4 players or whatnot. But this one, yeah, come on. Add-ons. 2-sided player mat, $10. Oh, wow. Flag and Arrow expansion. It's only $15. Yeah, okay, so they do show you. It's like that. Yeah. So how could you possibly miss out on that poster we want you to buy? All right, pledge comparison. It was pretty clean and clear, but I don't hate it. So 42 people took the core set. They did their job. Most of the people got to the Accession To The Throne for $60. Honestly, I feel like that $40 should be on the main image. I go back to the main image and how much I dislike it, and it's like, it just feels so incredibly generic. And I think that just having functional stuff, like a next level abstract strategy game, upgrade your pieces, and numerous paths to victory, upgrade units, and roll the dice, draft your army, upgrade units. Okay, yeah, so they did there, but I just feel like on the main image we could have had more. And I feel like what they did was they tried to put in more, and by doing so we got less. Like when I think you need to be more focused. From the very start, your team choices shape your strategy and tactics. The thrill of dice roll. Yeah, that sounds exciting. Upgrade them quickly, while double-sided unit tokens and special abilities make every game strategically exciting. Okay, this quote should be number 1. I don't care that you paid way more for the Brothers Murph. This should be the number 1 quote. That makes me excited to play this as someone who does not like abstract strategy games. They are my least favorite genre. From the very start, your team choices shape your strategy and tactics. Yes, that gets me excited. The thrill of dice rolls pushes you to upgrade them quickly, while and he's spotlighting specific aspects of the game and while they're exciting. Yes. So strategic, fun choices at the beginning. Then the dice rolls like, you can upgrade them quickly. Awesome. Double-sided unit tokens and special abilities make every game strategic exciting. And once again, that's a different way to hammer home the point that the Brothers Mirth said earlier and that they said earlier, which is every single game is going to be different. But that quote's a banger. Third of a point grade bump up for that guy. Cat and board game box. All right, so another unit for any pledge. Wow, I would put this way higher. That's fantastic. Spot varnish on the box. Whatevs. New exploration token placement card. 4 new mysterious exploration tokens. That's fantastic. Yeah, as I always say, when you launch Kickstarter, your goal is to get funded. Once you're funded, what's your goal? If you have stretch goals, it's to hit the stretch goals. Hitting this $30,000 sounds like it's a banger that every single person wants to hit. So lead with it, right? Like, you have the funded. You're like, oh, you're so proud. We're going to put funded on the flag. Like, who cares? You want to show me you're funded right here and say, oh, yeah, we're funded. We're hitting stretch goals. So the variability is even going through the roof. We got playthroughs. We got the rule booklet. This is a great Kickstarter page. This game feels like chess, the war game, asymmetry meets tactics, and blah, blah, blah. The thrill of Inteliwar, never knowing your opponent's next move, keeps the suspense real. I feel like Dana... no, I guess what you're saying is it's unpredictable. I don't know, that quote, $9? Yeah. So they're really pushing you to get the core, not to get to the Accession to the Throne. But at the end of the day, $69, not bad at all. Like, not bad. Can you do it? I'm giving this a checkmark plus. Not just a checkmark. No, I'm not giving it a checkmark plus. I hate the fact you have to buy that poster. Like, that sucks. Ooh, okay, long pack. Do great work. Just makes me feel even more comfortable. Good stuff. All right, let's give this, check out the FAQ updates, comments, give this one a good grade. Oh, it's organized like Reload from Colossal Games. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Love it. Love it. When do I get my pre-order? Where do you ship to? Why am I not charged for shipping? Yeah, like, okay, like, that's so nice. Oh, we got questions about sleeve cards. But here's the real question. Here's the real question. How prepared were they? December 1st, December 1st, December 1st, December 1st, December 1st. Wow. Okay, so they didn't have to add any new FAQ questions. They just knew what the most likely questions were going to be and spearheaded that. Like, that's so good. Third of a point grade bump up for that FAQ. Like, assuming there's not a bunch of questions people have in the comments, in which case I'm taking that back. Intelliwar's 200% funded. Stretch goals, number 2 unlocked. Another one revealed. No comments. 2 comments, 3 comments. Let's check out the most engaging one. A new unit for pledge. For your pledge. Sorry. Ding, 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 ding. Looks like we made it. Yes, unlocked another one. Great news. Okay. I would try and get people engaged. Just like, hey, what unit would you like to see in the future? Like, we've left this very open to the future. Like, what would you like to see us, ask questions? Because I feel like this is one of those games that there's not a lot of games on Kickstarter right now. Here's what I'm saying. There is so few games on Kickstarter right now that I feel like it is definitely to a company's like this advantage to try and like go for brand loyalty at a time like this. Because there's just not... So if I'm only backing 1 or 2 projects at a time, I feel like I'm going to be just naturally a little bit more slightly invested in that project. So ask me questions. Tell me about the expansions. Because it's like, oh yeah, I like this game, but there's expansions coming too. Like, I feel like this game has a lot good going for it. Good for them. Thank you for being pinned. Will the double-sided playmats fit in the box or will be stored separately? Hey, the box can theoretically fit the mat, but we don't recommend it because placing anything on top of it could damage the box, so we could store the playmat separately. Bumper, thanks for the info. So this feels like something that should be the FAQ. But we're still giving that third of a point grade bump up. If I see another one, though, I'm taking it away. The name kind of reminds me of the Lonely Island album, Incredibad. It's a good album. There's no response. I'm not thrilled with the name. I suppose it bugged me too much. I would cancel. Yeah, what was it? It's very... I don't remember at all. Intelliwar? Yeah, I mean... I don't feel like it's going to be a deal breaker for most people, but you never know. I'm not thrilled with the name. I suppose if it bugged me too much, I could cancel my pledge and go design a game of my own. So I can name it whatever I want, but I guess it doesn't bug me that much. And then he finally had to come back and be like, this is why it bugs me so much, by the way. I wonder if Philip was under the influence of something. That feels like, and I'm not judging. It's just funny. It's like, oh, why did I say that? Really excited for this. I love War Chest. Yeah, that's that's the vibes I'm getting. But the upgrade options and dice rolling are perfect for this. Yeah. We are big fans of War Chest, but we are sure you'll have a completely new experience with Inteliwar. Fantastic. Yeah, that's one of those things I'd honestly mention. That's great to know. That looks amazing. Getting a chance for solo roles in the future. To be honest, we're not found any way to play Inteliwar solo except by taking turns playing for both teams. If you have any other ideas, we'd be happy to consider them. You can join our Discord server here. That is how you answer that question. That is not difficult. That doesn't feel like it's a difficult answer to put out when you see it. You're like, but yeah, there are companies that fumble questions like this all the time. And it's like, it's not hard. We tried. It sucked. We're open to ideas. Come give them to us here. Be out. Like, that's it. That's not hard, right? Like, you made everybody happy there. Yeah, we tried to, but it sucked. Right? We're not just going to shove it in there, even though some people would still probably like to shove it in there, whatever. I was already considering this whole application for this. I think the best application would be for something similar to Leader's root bots for prioritizing moves. I think the difficulty cards they use for the bots. This is no remarkable games. Get your butts in here and respond to Nix. Nix feels like he would be more than potentially happy to contribute a paragraph or 2 or 3 to your rule book if you grease those wheels a little bit. Because honestly, if you're putting that much thought into this random project right now, like, that's someone you want on your team. Get in there. Respond. Please make the tokens bigger with some weight added to them, like in War Chest. Don't look into cheap plastic with a sticker for a Kickstarter game. Oh, they're stickers? The tokens are not cheap at all. Not only are we working with one of the world's largest game manufacturers to ensure high quality, but we have paid close attention to the feel of the unit tokens on our side. The chips are acrylic and quite heavy for their size. I would spotlight that then. Could a Discord channel be started for this game? I'd love to be able to have a channel in which we would look for games on the Discord. Maybe have the... Man, Nix is so into this. And then they come back the next day and say we have a Discord. We have a great idea. We do have a Discord server. We will prepare it for convenient use and share the link shortly. Thank you. Here it comes. Can we also go to the thread looking for games? Ha. Is Nix a plant? So, thank you. No, okay, so they did it at the same time. So they did it here and they did it here. Right? I want to believe. Can we also go to thread? Man, Nix is so into this. I can't wait to play this one. Any chance we can get some cardboard token obstacles so we can create unique battles? Just a thought. Wow, I wish I could go up this comment. Field obstacles would be amazing. I want to know more about this Nix. This Nix person. Can I click on them? No, I can't look at Nix. Yes, I can. Wait, can I? Clicking on something. What's it going to? Nope. I don't know what it did. Did something. I don't care. Whatever. If Nix is a plant, he's a plant. Question about shipping and other estimates. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I'm not looking this deep into it. I do want to look at that community, though. How many new people are there? 35. Not terrible. Not terrible. So, final grade. Do I want it? Yes. Yes, I do. I feel like once we got into the meat of it, I did. I don't feel like the video is great, but I feel like it does a good enough job to get me the gist. I definitely feel like it could have been better. But, first start, it got me there. As someone who doesn't like abstract strategy games, but likes next level ones, I like the idea of them. They got me there, and I think if you're an abstract strategy fan or a two-player, but once again, there's the other thing too. I go back to how much I hate that main image. There's a huge market for this game of people who love two-player games and only play two-player games or routinely play two-player games, and yet nowhere on your front do you mention that you're a two-player game, because no, I'm not going to assume it's an abstract strategy game and it's two players. Maybe I should. I wish all of them were. I'm sure there's a lot of games that I'm done. I'm not bashing on abstract strategy games here. What I'm saying is two players, that 30 to 50, 60 minutes, whatever it was, like a nice, meaty, medium weight game, upgrade units, like hitting stretch goals. There's so much that could have been here. $40 price point. That main image, I definitely feel like is a real kick in the pants. Yeah. Third of a point grade bump down, I think of that one. Which I think would cancel out the third of a point grade bump up. But overall, I still feel like this is a really rock solid one. Do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Wasn't sure, right? First time. The way they phrased things was weird. We're based in Cyprus and the U.S. and all over the globe. Okay. So whatever. But then you come back, you got rule booklets, you got how to play videos, you got gameplay videos, you're in here, you're doing good customer service, you got a well-organized FAQ. Can you do it? Feels good. And then how much is it? Even though that one thing is like, no, we're fine. And then how much is it? Great price. Good to great price. I'm going to go with good price because honestly, that great price gets kicked in the seat of the pants once we're like, oh yeah, the $20 one, the $20 bump up we want you to get includes a poster and these play mats that you don't actually need because you already have other ones. Whatever. B plus was yesterday. I feel like this one's A minus. I'm gonna go B plus. I don't know. The level of disconnect. Let me check out an update. I want to see who's running the updates. I think is it the person who's like running the campaign, or is it a third party person? I'm just curious. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the B plus. Like no comments, except for like one where it had 3 and one was 2, but those were like the first one, so they're not really churning for a lot of engagement. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the B plus. Inteliwar, Accession To The Throne. Looks like a fun one though. I'm excited to check this game out at some point in the future when it comes out at an Origins or a Gen Con. I believe I will play this and it will be good. And I can't wait to see what they do with the expansions. And that's how I would pitch people. Like, yeah, I just feel like those updates, just a couple things here and there. I feel like this is definitely the start of a company that could. I would not be surprised at all if we had like a 6-figure kind of outcome for their next Kickstarter project, because it looks like they got a lot of good stuff going here. So good for them. And like I always say, I feel like there is a certain element of strategery to launching your Kickstarter in December, January, when it is otherwise a ghost town. Because I wonder how this would be doing if it was, say, summer, or if it was in March. Once a lot of these big game founds and Kickstarter projects keep running. But let me know in the comments below what's your final grade. Intelliwar, Accession To The Throne. I'm giving it a B+. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Go have yourself a good one. Bye-bye. End it.